Hey there, Doc. Dr. Scott Doherty from Car Launch coming to you today from Cleveland, Ohio. About to go into one of my favorite little bar and restaurants here, Melt Bar and Grilled here in Cleveland. Not the healthiest food, but I've been looking forward to it, so I'm going to splurge a little bit today. Anyways, I got a little story I want to share with you, a little tip for making your life and your practice much easier. I'm going to go eat here first, though. When I get back to the hotel room, I'll sit down and tell you all about that. Hey there, Doc. Just finished up my dinner over there at Melt. Delicious as always. I'm stuffed. I'm going to pay for that one. Anyways, I said I'd go back to the hotel and make this video for you, but driving around downtown, had this cool view. I figured I'd do the video right here. So the anecdote I want to share with you actually comes from a mentor of mine who's from Cleveland. So I figured there was a theme to that, from Dan Kennedy. I'm sure you're familiar with Dan Kennedy. Anyways, Dan talks about his harness racing, where you ride in the buggy behind the horse, not on top of the horse. And he always says, the anecdote that he talks about that I actually use the most in my consulting, is he mentions that, you know, when you buy a horse in harness racing, they might have 9 owners before them. So if you're the 10th owner, they've probably got 9 corrections to them. Meaning that horse, you know, the first owner saw it run and thought it needed a lift under one foot. The next owners, you know, didn't think it turned right, so put a weight on one side of the head. And they keep on adding things to that horse. So as the 10th owner, when you buy it, you realize, you know, you watch the horse run, and most owners would add a 10th thing. But him as an owner, he's like, nobody's ever thought to just strip that horse down, watch it run naturally, and see if it even needs those 9 things that were put on before. Because maybe the 5th thing caused the 7th thing. So that's the first thing he does, is strip them all down, and typically that horse needs 2, maybe 3 corrections instead of the 10th correction. And that applies to your life and your business. In my consulting, in the fact that I find it a lot working with chiropractors that they've done something. They've learned a certain model, a certain procedure, and then they go learn something new and they add it on top of it, and then learn something new and they add it on top of that. And when I come in as a consultant, they've had 5 or 6 consultants before, and they've just got correction after correction after correction added on top, and nobody's ever thought to just strip it away and see what was still necessary. So myself as a consultant, and what I'm recommending to you in your own practice, is to look at that with fresh eyes. Clear the board. If you were to write all your systems up on a whiteboard right now, and you wanted to make changes, you'd probably, you know, tweak something or add something to it. But I'm telling you, just erase the whole whiteboard. Start over. Only put up there the things that you know are necessary, that you need to put back up there. So as opposed to erasing something you're doing right now, just start fresh. Put on a couple corrections, or in your case, just good procedures. Put on the things that you need to build the practice of your dreams, or in the case of like a new patient procedure, only put on those few things that are absolutely necessary to create the patient that you're trying to create. Don't overdo it. Don't oversell it. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. Just do the few things that are necessary. I guarantee you'll feel better. You'll have more energy at the end of the day because you're not wasting that energy with systems that are unnecessary. Look at your flow that way too. How many steps do you need to take in a day? Maybe you can cut those down. How much energy does it take to process a patient, paperwork, all those things? Look at them with a fresh eye. Cut them down to the bare minimum, as simple as they can be to be effective, but no simpler. A little Einstein quote I like to use as well. That's my tip for the day. That's, again, Dan Kennedy's harness racing example that I use quite a bit. I hope you like it. I hope you like these videos. I will look forward to talking to you on my next trip, wherever that might be, and I hope you put some comments in down below. Talk to you soon.